Good morning to everyone. Welcome to Ganga City School of Nursing web seminar on resurgence of nursing during COVID pandemic. At present situation, we all of you know that it is very highly dangerous situation where there are the lakhs of the population suffering from the COVID. Worldwide, it is already crossed 45 lakhs, and there is a count of death around 2 lakhs, almost crossed 2 lakhs deaths worldwide. In India also almost 85,000 population has got positive of the COVID-19, and there is around 2,500 deaths also noted in our India. So in this situation, our college has initiated to give a small awareness program to our nursing students as well as all healthcare providers regarding the uh, how to handle this COVID patients. Okay, so in the part of this, I got a topic: importance of the personal protective equipments or mask in contaminant of the corona. So before going forward, so introduce myself. Indra Srinivas Rao, Assistant Professor, Department of Medical Surgical Nursing, Ganga City School of Nursing, Bareilly. So you all of you know, at present situation, the demanding of the personal protective equipments everywhere, wherever you go in the street, or if you see in the movie TVs, or if you see any social medias, if you see any healthcare facilities, everywhere they are putting a banners regarding the personal protective equipments, because this is the way where we can break the infection chain. Because when we wear this personal protective equipments, we can maximum control the transmission of the microorganism from one person to the another person, right? So in this pandemic condition, this personal protective equipments are very essential role it is playing, because many this COVID mainly transmitted through the droplets and touching of the infected air surfaces and all. So in this situation, I would like to give a small awareness regarding the importance of the personal protective equipments. So let us start today's class. So introduction. You all of you know coronaviruses are the large family of the viruses, some causing illness in people and other that circulate among the animals, including camels, cats, and bats. You all of you know the coronavirus is a large families. There are many types of the viruses comes under the coronavirus. So here is a large family member of viruses. So these are causing the people. Other than people, they are also circulated among the animals like camels, cats, and bats, right? So here the World Health Organization recommendations for the rational use of the personal protective equipment in healthcare and community settings, as well as during the handling of the cargo. Means whenever you are shifting any cargo goods from one place to another place, we have to wear this personal protective equipment, because this coronavirus is surviving on surfaces also, where we sneeze, cough, talk, so the droplets are settled on the this surfaces. So that's the reason. So they are also recommending to handling use the PPE during the handling of the cargos also. Okay, in this contest, PPE includes gloves, medical mask, goggles, or face shield, gown, as well as the specific procedures, that is respirators and aprons, right? So this is very important at present situation. We have to follow the all the personal protective equipments we have to wear, because this is very essential to break the chain of the infection. So what is the definition of the equipment personal protective equipment? Personal protective equipment is a special equipment you wear to create a barrier between you and microorganisms. So when we wear this PPEs, it will be a barrier, means a obstruction to transmit from one place to the another place. This barrier reduce the chance of the touching, being exposed to, and spreading germs. Personal protective equipment helps to prevent the spread of the germs in the hospital. This can protect people and healthcare workers from infections. So at present situation, you know that there are many health workers also getting positive of the COVID, because they are the persons, they are the healthcare workers, they are the first frontline persons who is dealing with the dangerous situation of this corona viruses patients, right? So this is very important to the health workers as well as the other public also. But the main thing is that health workers are the frontline healthcare providers for the uh, COVID patients. So that's the reason they have to be follow this personal protective equipments uses. So what are the purposes of this personal protective equipments? The purpose of personal protective equipments is to reduce employee exposure to hazards when engineering and administrative control are not feasible or effective to reduce these risks to acceptable levels. This personal protective equipment is very important to protect the employees in hospitals to getting infected from the infected patient. So when it fails the engineering and administrative controls, we have to follow definitely this personal protective equipments. And PPE is needed when there is a need of the care of the patient, like hazardous patients like present COVID conditions. Public health practitioners should use PPE to stop the spread of the illness as well as protect their health, clients' health, family health, and community health. So not only protecting ourselves, we are also protecting our patients and their families and community also, because it is like a chain. Now we are contacting with the patient, so patient we are contact with the patient family, then patient family is contact with the community. So if you are not following this proper PPE uses, definitely we are contacting with the patients and patient's family, and that family goes to the community, so that will be again spreading of the infections. So this is very important for the public health practitioners to use a personally protective equipments, right? So like this you can see how the this personally protective equipments are protecting ourselves. So what are the components of the PPE? So what are the common equipments are used in our hospitals at present in COVID patients? So goggles we have to use to protect our eyes from the infections. Face shield we are using, and masks, that is there are many types of the mask we are using. Gloves we are using, gowns we are using, head covers we are using, and aprons, shoes covers. So these all are the equipments what mainly we are using in this corona pandemic, right? So let us see what is a face shield and goggles. So contamination of mucous membranes of the eyes, nose, mouth is likely in a scenario of droplets generated by cough, sneeze of an infected persons or during the aerosol generating procedures carried out in a clinical settings. You all of you know this corona virus mainly transmitted through our eyes, nose, and respiratory system. So we have to protect ourselves by wearing of this face shield and goggles, because we commonly touching ourselves, our eyes, nose, and mouth, as well as whenever we come in contact with these our parts and we are touching the other surfaces, definitely this microorganism is transmitted from ourselves to other surfaces, other persons, right? So hence the protection of the mucous membrane of the eye, nose, mouth by using the face shields, goggles in a integral part of the standard and contact precautions. The flexible frame of the goggles should be provided good seal with the skin of the face covering the eyes and surrounding areas, even accommodating for the prescription glasses. So here we have to wear these goggles or face shields comfortably. It should be fit to all our face, eyes, as well as our mouth. It should not have any gaps that can be escape these microorganisms from our nose, mouth, and eyes, and it can be transmitted to the others, right? So, mask. So this is very highly demandable at present, and you all may be seeing this present situation wherever you go. This mask demand very and supply is very low. At recently, our Prime Minister Sri Narendra Modi is also saying that previous N95 masks they never produce high quantity, only the few quantity they used to produce. But at present situation, this corona pandemic, they are producing around 2 lakhs N95 masks per day. Per day they are preparing a 2 lakhs N95 masks. It's really, it is a uh, very highly unacceptable things, because this much need is there at present, because all the health personnel are at a high risk to take care of the COVID patients, right? So respiratory viruses that include coronaviruses target mainly the upper and lower respiratory tracts. You all of you know that corona is mainly affecting our respiratory tract. It may be upper respiratory or lower respiratory. So contamination of mucous membrane of the mouth and nose by infective droplets or through contaminated hand also allow the virus to enter the host. Hence the droplet precautions, airborne precautions using a mask are crucial while dealing with the suspect or confirmed cases of the COVID-19 performing aerosol generating procedures. So that's the reason why we have to use these masks, because we are directly contact with the patient, and our main source of this COVID is that respiratory droplet. So to prevent this droplet transmission, we have to use the mask. Types of the masks. So what are the types of masks? There are two types mainly, we can say: triple layer medical mask and N95 respirator mask. Triple layer medical mask is the disposal mask, which are the having the capability of the fluid resistance, provide the protection to wearer from the droplets of the infectious materials emitted during coughing, sneezing, and talking. So these are masks which are very having the capability of the fluid resistance, and it will be very comfortable to the patient, sorry, person who is a healthcare provider during a coughing, sneezing, and talking. So next one is the N95 respirator mask. An N95 respirator mask is a respiratory protective devices with a high filtration efficiency to airborne particles to provide the requisite air seal to the wearer. Such masks are designed to achieve a very close facial fit. So you all of you know this COVID is very dangerous. It can be transmitted easily from one person to another person. So that's the reason, to close the facial totally, we have to use the N95 mask. And who is using the long term, so means who is taking care of the patient around 8 hours, 10 hours, 15 hours, it is very comfortable, and it is having the high filtration efficiency also. So it will be having the chances of the transmission is very less. So gloves. When a person touches an object or surface contaminated by COVID-19, infected person then touches his own eyes, nose, mouth, he may get exposed to the virus. Although this is not the thought to be a predominant mode of the transmission, care such be exercised while handling object surface potentially contaminated by suspected confirmed cases of the COVID. So gloves is, this is a normally we are using all the medical areas, healthcare settings, but this time it is very compulsory for every healthcare providers. So usually what happened, we are using this aseptic techniques mainly in ICU and OT, and when they required highly strictly aseptic techniques, then we are using gloves and all. But at present situation, everywhere, everywhere you have to use the gloves whenever you are contacting with this patient, right? So next one is the coverall gowns. Coverall or gowns are the designed to protect the torso of the healthcare providers from exposure to virus. Although coverall typically provide the 360-degree protection because they are the designed to cover the whole body, including back and lower leg, and sometimes head and feet as well. As the design of medical and isolation gowns do not provide continuous whole body protection. Example, possible opening in the back or coverage to the mid calf of the only. So these gowns are cover our whole body, and it will be protecting our whole body from the transmission of these uh, microorganisms. But sometimes what happen, it may not be give 100% of the protection, because sometimes it may be open in the backside, or it may be covered only up to mid calf. So but it gives a 99% of the protection, but remain 1%, there may be chances to get the uh, transmit to the microorganisms, right? So shoes covers should be made up of impermeable fabric to be used over shoes to facilitate personal protection and decontamination. So these shoes also, whenever we are taking care of the COVID patients, we are also sometimes having the touching of the surfaces of the patient bed or patient's surfaces. So we have to use these covers also to protect ourselves and to prevent the transmission of this COVID virus. So head cover. Coveralls usually cover the head. Those using gowns should use the head covers that covers the head and neck while providing clinical care for patient. Hair and hair extension should fit inside the head cover. Yes, especially when female nurses are taking care of the patients. So to cover their hairs, to coming into the contact with the patients, we have to use this head protector, head cover, to cover our hairs, and as well as all their hair pins, everything covers under this cover head. So who should wear this personal protective equipments? Actually this PPE are used to based on the risk profile of the healthcare workers. At present situation, COVID situation, there is a three categories, that is high risk population, moderate risk population, low risk population. So based on the risk, you have to use the equipments, personal protective equipments. So all whatever we said about, all the equipments are used by high risk population, like doctors, nurses, positive or contaminated patients, lab technicians, nursing assistants, because they are directly contact with the positive patients. So these are the highly risk population where you have, they have to use all the PPEs. So there are some population having the moderate risk, like healthcare supporting faculty, like municipal corporation workers, police forces. You know that nowadays all the departments are working for COVID patients, like municipal corporation workers, police force, army force, all the, even sometimes some voluntary workers. They are the moderate risk, because when the suddenly patient comes, they are going to touch with the patient, they are going to contact with the patient, so they are having the moderate risk. So some extent they have to use the PPEs. Then like low risk population, like general public means they are not directly contact with the patients, but they are the risk to come unknowingly with the contact with the COVID patients. So they have to use the minimal PPEs, like mask, gloves. So minimal personal protective they have to use. They have to cover their nose and mouth whenever they are sneezing, whenever they are talking, whenever they are coughing. So they have to use the minimal personal protective equipments. Whereas a high risk population, they have to use all the equipments, like a head cover, goggles, face shield, gowns, all whatever above we discussed, everything they have to wear. That is compulsory for the high risk population. So this is about who should use PPEs. Okay, so there are mainly three categories, that is high risk population, moderate risk, and low risk. So what is the sequence for donning of PPE? So we should wear this PPEs according to the sequences. Sequences means like we should not wear according to our wish. So there is a proper sequence which is a universal acceptance. So first, whenever we are wearing the PPE, first we have to wear the gown, then mask and respirators, goggles, face shield, and at last gloves we have to wear, because we are using the hands all the areas. Then so before going donning of these PPEs, definitely we should have a hand wash or a hand hygiene. This is very important. Whenever we are wearing, we have to go through this sequence, and before the donning, we have to go for the hand hygiene. So, what is the sequence for the removing of PPE? Okay, so gloves first we have to remove, then we have to go for the face shield and goggles, gown, and at last we have to remove the mask or respirators. So when to wear this PPE? So usually before entering the before entering the isolation room, we have to wear this PPE. How to wear? So first we have to collect all the equipments necessary, whatever equipment necessary for the care and wear. So we have to collect all these things. Then perform the hand hygiene with an alcohol-based hand rub, preferably when your hands are not visibly soiled, or soap, water, and put on PPE in order that ensure adequate placement of the PPE items and prevent the self-contaminated and self-inoculation while using taking of PPE. So how to use this? Before entering the isolation room, we have to collect all the equipments and place in a uh, clean area. Then perform the hand hygiene. That is we can do hand hygiene with alcohol based rub, or otherwise we can go through soap and water. Okay, so point to be remember while using PPE. So some points you have to keep in our mind whenever using the PPEs. PPEs are not alternative to basic preventive public health measures such as hand hygiene, respiratory equities, which must be followed all times. So this is not the alternative things we have to use compulsory, because if you want to break the chain, we have to use these definitely, right? So next one is always maintain a distance of at least 1 meter from a contact suspects confirmed COVID cases. Even though we are frontliner healthcare providers, but still we have to maintain some distance while giving a care to the COVID patients. Always follow the laid down protocol for disposing of the PPEs. So whenever we are disposing, we have to dispose according to the protocol. We should not throw wherever we want. Okay, because that will be transmitted the microorganisms from one place to the another place, one person to the another person, right? So we have to use the protocol to disposal of the PPE also, right? How to remove PPE? So when leaving the isolation room or area, we have to remove these PPEs. Either remove PPE in a anteroom, or if there is any anteroom, make sure that PPE will not contaminate either the environment outside the isolation room or area or other people. So we have to make sure that whatever we are removing these PPEs, that should not be contaminated to the other surface areas or other rooms or other persons, right? So in such a way we have to remove these PPEs, and we have to protect ourselves and protecting the others also. Remove PPE in a manner that prevents the self contamination and self inoculation with the contaminated PPE or hands, right? So at present we know that scarcity of this PPEs, there is a very highly scarcity at present we are seeing regarding this PPE. So how we can come overcome this scarcity of a PPE? Okay, WHO recommendations for optimizing the availability of the PPE. So how we have to minimize, how we have to minimize these uses, and how we can manage or how we can overcome this scarcity of a PPE. So there are three methods, strategies we have to follow. First one is a minimize PPE need. First we have to avoid the need of the PPE. Okay, minimizing the PPE. Next one is use PPE appropriately. We should not neglect it. We should not waste the PPEs, because at present situation PPE are not available in many hospitals, many healthcare centers, because there is a large scarcity of this PPEs. So we have to use properly or appropriately, so that can be avoid the damages of the PPEs, and we can now protect the we can save the PPEs, right? So coordinate PPE supply chain. So we have to coordinate with the supply chain. Okay, so let us see. So how we can minimize the need. The following interventions can minimize the need for the PPEs while protecting healthcare workers and other from exposure to the COVID virus in a healthcare settings. So how we can, first we have to consider using the telemedicine to evaluate the suspected cases of the COVID, thus minimizing need for these persons to go healthcare facilities for evaluation. See, at present, why the government is saying that download the Arogya app, because Arogya Setu app is saying self assessment of the COVID. So if every persons are going to the hospital, so this is very highly impossible to manage these PPEs, because our population is more than 130 crores, right? So if every person individual for assessment, if you go to the hospital, so yeah, they have to use the every patient PPE, so it is not manageable, right? So consider using the telemedicine, means using telemedicine you have to evaluate ourselves. If there is any high risk of suspected, then we have to go to the hospital. So first we have to do the self assessment. That's the reason why the government has a requesting or ordering to the public to download the Arogya Setu app. Use physical barriers to reduce exposure to the COVID viruses, such as glass or plastic windows. This approach can be implemented in areas of the healthcare settings where the patients will first present, such as triage areas, the registration desk at emergency department, at the pharmacy windows where the medication is collected. See, it is not necessary, as I said, that there are the three categories: high risk population, moderate risk population, and low risk. So when there is no need of this wearing of these things, so we can use the some alternative PPEs, like artificial uses, like we can use the plastic or glasses to prevent this transmission. Okay, nowadays we can see in many social media, so we can see how they are following this, they are wearing the glasses, they are using the normal plastics, which general plastic shade, okay, to protect ourselves. So it is not necessary to wear every time this hospitalized PPEs, right? So ensure PPE use in a rational and appropriate. Rational and appropriate. PPE should be used based on the risk of the exposures and the transmission dynamics of the pathogens. Example: contact, droplet, aerosol. The overuse of PPE have further impact on supply shortages. Coordinate PPE supply chain management mechanisms. So how we can coordinate with the supply? Management of PPE should be coordinated through essential national and international supply chain management mechanisms that includes but are not restricted. Use the PPS forecast based on the rational qualifications models to ensure the rationalization of the requests and supplies. Monitor and controlling the PPE requests from the countries and large responders. promoting centralized request management approach to avoid the duplication of the stock and ensuring strict adherence to essential stock management rules to limit waste and overstock and stock ruptures. Monitor the end-to-end distribution of PPE, monitoring and controlling distribution of medical stores. So there are some tips for the mask wear and use, so you can go through these images, you can understand. So this completes my topics. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you everyone. See you.